Hello friends, welcome to Faith on the Farm. I'm out here in my back pasture and I got to put a new fence in. You can see right now it's just a barbed wire fence, and one of the reasons I need to put in a fence is it's leaning a little bit, as you can see, and a coyote can get through. The other day I was coming back here and there was a coyote in our pasture, and good thing the sheep were in the front pasture where we have fencing, that's sheep and goat fence, where they'd have a real hard time getting in, but boy, he could get through this. And so I need to replace this fence. The other two sides I already have. It's got sheep and goat fence and it's real secure. So I need to do that. And that's going to be one of my projects here in the very near future. I want to show you a fence that I put in probably, I think it was 2019. So what is that? Almost 7 years. And you can see that, you can see this end right here. That's what we call a H-brace, and then you got that angle down. You can see that is the foundation of the fence. So when you're putting in a fence, you've got to have this type of end post, and you can see here that it is solid. You can't move it, and you can see that even after all these years, that fence is still straight and looks good. And it's because this end post, these H-braces have been in. They are about 3 feet deep, and they are in concrete, and that is the foundation of my fence, and that's the only reason my fence is still in a nice straight line and will probably be for years because of that end post that I have in there. And so that is the foundation of any good fence. So as I'm doing this fence out back, I'm going to have to put in a couple H-braces and make sure that it is very, very secure so that it lasts for a long time. You know, this makes me think of Matthew chapter 7, and I'm going to just read that to you. This is part of what we call the Sermon on the Mountain that Jesus did, and this is toward the end of that teaching. And he says here, "Therefore, everyone who hears the words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against the house, yet it did not fall because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against the house, and it fell with a great crash." It is so important in our life, in everybody's life, to have that foundation in Christ and in His teachings and His words. It will help you make it through the tough times. And so let's build our life on His foundation. Hey, that's all I have today on Faith on the Farm. I want to thank you for your time, and just remember, it is Faith on the Farm, stories from the soil, lessons for the soul.